Ears too, if you want 'em blue like Belly. Lot of jetting, Prada bedding, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what. Papa Heaven, go around and get trying to test me, cause that I'm with like the draw when it's sketchy. If they catch me, don't forget me. Resurrect me, buy a dog tag the same place that they forget me. Ski.
This is culturally inappropriate.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it.
You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice. Been quiet, ain't riot, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Khaled. All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head round that, you ain't Arab. Y'all tweet, bird talk, we all parrots. Lone Star, cross the border, we like Dallas.
I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. Now here's George. And not too often we see a matchup like this one. Both of these teams are elite when it comes to cleaning the glass, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., and that's why I expect this to get physical around the rim, which will put the endurance of these teams' rebounders to the test.
Well, that's what Kessler brings to this offense, a constant lob threat.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
High percentage look right off the bat.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, J.B. Bickerstaff had a few moments to share with me. He talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight, and he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Back to you, Brian.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Powerful. He saw an opening and turned it into a highlight reel.
Man, just sent it down with some force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
Now here's George. The baseline J. And Cunningham pulls it down. And so Cunningham will bring it up to Detroit. When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, at his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage. And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
George outside. George with the jam.
Yes, sir. George with the flush.
Here's Thompson. Some solid defense from Markkanen.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
And stolen by Cunningham. The offensive rebound. Ivey outside. The help from Markkanen. Detroit moving the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Harris. Rebound, Utah.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
George outside. The three is up. And Cunningham pulls it down.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Cuts off the pass. Out to the right wing. Back to George. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Bailey. The ball's knocked loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Ivey. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. And so George will bring it up for Utah.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
It's Markkanen on the wing. Back to George. Pass to Kessler. Now here's George. He's watched by Cunningham.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
And it's blocked by Kessler.
Well, they might think twice before bringing it inside again. Kessler with ferocious interior defense.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Here's McCain. Puts it up. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. Utah leading. And the Jazz haven't been past the second round since 2007. Now trying to build a contender.
Well, B.A., they know in the West that's a tall order. They got to be patient and build this thing from the ground up.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
It's hauled in by Collier. Utah leading by 4. From deep. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Up top, McCain. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Johnson. First personal foul. First team foul.
36 seconds left in the first quarter. Utah shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
Pass to Collier. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by McCain. Five ticks left to play in the first. There's a screen by Nurkic. And that does it for the first quarter. Jazz out in front, leading by 5. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Utah.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
They get it again. And it's Cade with the finish inside.
Well, I like Cunningham in the paint the most. His outside shot is still developing, so his focus should be on scoring inside.
Inside. Oh, stolen by Harris. Here's Thompson. Ivy outside. Back to Duren. Second shot opportunity. Out to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Thompson. That falls. Nice setup by Harris. Thompson's got his first bucket in this one.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. EA?
Establishing the mindset. Allie, thanks very much for the report. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
One more time to your Pistons Coach Squad.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. There's the drive. Ivy outside. Harris a screen. And there's a 3-second violation. George scanning the floor. Into the lane. Count it. Make that 3 of 7 so far for him.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
Pass to Ivy. Back to Harris. In transition, here come the Jazz. Here's Bailey. Over to the left wing. Now Markkanen. And here's George. He's got 6. Knocks down the long J. And now it's a 6-point Jazz lead.
Well, this is why George's coaches encourage him to keep shooting from deep, because they know he's only going to get better.
Thompson right side. Ivy outside. Let's go with a 3. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, B.A. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the clock.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Reed. To stop the run. That one's off. He's 0 for 3 now.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's George. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
And now we've got an intentional foul. Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
Utah with the ball, following the score by Detroit. That 3's off the mark. Pistons trail by 8. The drive by McCain. It's McCain on the wing. Rebounded by the Jazz. There's 42 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by Stewart. Now here's McCain. Rebounded by Nurkic.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
From 15 feet away. And so it's the Utah Jazz finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Back after this. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Detroit moving the ball around. And Cunningham throws it down.
Well, that's what you want from Cunningham. Use your size, attack the rim.
And Jaden Ivey, we've seen him come a long way as a player, Coach.
Yeah, it took some time, B.A., but we're now seeing the full range of his talent. He can be a force on offense and an absolute pest on D.
Rips it home off a terrific move.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that. A different look here for Utah. Now here's Cunningham. He's got 6. Ivey outside. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound, Utah. George outside. Duren with a steal. Here's Thompson. Lays it up and banks it in. Thompson's gotten his second bucket.
Just a tremendous athlete. Ausar Thompson is hard to contain down low.
Pistons trail up by 6. Pass to Duren. Ivey outside. Cunningham outside. It's stolen away. 3-on-3. Poke loose. And stolen by Cunningham. Cunningham delivers in transition.
Well, teammates appreciate that kind of hustle on the break. Good work by Cunningham getting up the floor.
George with it. Picked up by Cunningham. Pass to Kessler. Marketed from long range.
They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just one of their first 4 attempts.
And he doubled up Cunningham. Harris a screen. Shot clock at 6. Out to Thompson. Puts up a 3. Utah grabs the miss. They've led by as much as 10. And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
Now here's George. He's got 11. Kessler a screen to the inside. Marketed outside. 3 on the clock. Here's Bailey. The Jazz again can't hit.
Missed opportunity. He's just got to shake that one off.
Pass to Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
Physical play by Duren at the rim, which doesn't allow much room for interference.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Brian, back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. And so it's Detroit with it, following the 3 by Utah.
Under heavy duress, that's a low percentage shot. Gotta find something better than that.
Out to the right wing. Driving to the basket. Collier. Sensabaugh. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. Pistons trail by 5. McCain with it. Misses the layup.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
It's stolen. Here's Stewart. Count it, and the foul. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
And that's all about strength for Stewart. For him to be able to get the ball in the hoop while absorbing the foul.
When you're a 6'8 pivot like Isaiah Stewart, you'd better have the strength to battle longer players.
Yeah, B.A., his game is all about power. Once he establishes position, it's hard to root him out of there. And, man, he said some teeth-rattling things.
Here's Sensabaugh. No points yet. Going inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Driving in. Soft touch off the glass. And the Jazz lead by 4.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Robinson gets the bucket.
It had to be lightning quick, and Robinson got it away.
Now here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
And we'd all love to hear what goes on in those huddles, but we just get the snapshots.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
For your dancing mascot, Hoopa the Horse.
The first free throw is good. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
For your Pistons Breakers.
Good on both. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's McCain. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. These are his first free throws of the game. The first one falls. That one's no good. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Pistons high squad. Put your hands together.
Three-quarters of play and a close one here. It's the Jazz. They lead by 2. And don't go.
29. The Jazz. 31.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. They've led by as much as 10. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
Here's Markkanen. The rebound by Detroit. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip.
At this stage of his career, Harris is a floor spacer, asked to knock down threes.
To the paint. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Harris misses. Utah leading by 3. It's Markkanen on the wing. Kicks it to George. Back to Markkanen. Pass to George. Kessler a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up on the wing. That shot is off. Miss number 6 of the day out of 12 attempts. Now here's Harris. Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Cunningham. And they doubled up Cunningham. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Here's Harris. Another miss by Harris. George outside. And stolen by Cunningham. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Cunningham is doubled. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. George with it. Picked up by Cunningham. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Kessler a screen. 5 on the clock. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul.
Here's Bailey. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Strong finish by Bailey. Here's a guy who wants to slam it.
Cunningham is doubled. Down low. Duren. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Bailey. 6 to shoot. There's the double with Thompson. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. Shot clock at 3. The defensive pressure was right there. Pistons trail up by 3. Now Cunningham. Now Harris. Thompson outside. To tie it up. Rebounded by Markkanen. And so it's George with it. He brings it up to the Utah Jazz. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
And he's able to hit the second one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And here's Detroit. Here's Duren. Oh, he can't get the layup. George, right side. Duren with a steal. Thompson. He gets it to go.
And what a huge bucket that was. Ausar Thompson stepping up when his team needs him most.
Duren with a steal. Yes, sir!
What a huge moment for Thompson, showing how clutch he can be.
Here's Kessler. Duren with a steal. Harris. Thompson outside. Now Ivy. 5 to shoot.
Well, there's Markkanen putting his 7-foot frame to use with the block.
Bailey.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Ivy goes in. Cunningham, left side. Now Ivy. To take the lead. Rebounded by Markkanen. And an intentional foul right there.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker. All right, the Jazz making a change here. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Not the result he or his teammates were hoping for. He could have put this one away. Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line. It's all about getting a three right here.
Yeah, and when your opponent knows what you need, it makes it that much harder to find an opening.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. So it comes up empty at the line. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul. Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And no good on the second free throw. So 0 for 2 there. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first. And that brings them within 2 here. Both free throws good from Cunningham. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. So it's a narrow victory for the Jazz.